Welcome to Dog Star Tarot. This reading is for the collective and it's for the full moon in Sagittarius, which happens on tomorrow, the 11th of June 2025. I'm going to be doing a reading now for the air signs, and I'm going to look at where the full moon is for you, which house it falls in. And then I'll be pulling some cards from the Light Seers Tarot. So first up, we've got Aquarius. Okay, and the moon is in your 11th house, Aquarius. And okay, it's tempting for you, as it is for everyone else, to focus on yourself and your own pleasures. Why shouldn't you express yourself? Of course you should. Life is for living and having fun. However, this month's full moon is reminding you that you need to find a balance between indulging yourself and remembering that the people in your life also need some attention from you. Doing something for someone else will get you extra karmic brownie points. Okay. And now let's have a look at what the cards have got. So what do you need to release at this time? Okay. Well, what do you need to embrace? And any other advice from Spirit? Okay. So what do you need to release or let go of? The Knight of Cups. Okay. Might be a relationship, or this is okay. Idealized. I'm feeling an idealized impression of somebody. You know, if you've got, you know, the object of. I'm talking about here in a love relationship, that this is somebody who you kind of built up in your imagination to be perfect. Okay. Could be a job, it could be any situation that you're in, but this is about letting go of thinking that, you know, that they're exactly perfect, that this is exactly what you want. I think you're not seeing the bigger picture, not seeing their flaws. You've idealized them somehow. And I do get the feeling that this is to do with a person or a relationship that you're in. Okay, this won't be for everybody. Okay, but yeah. Yeah, give up that. Yeah, you need to let go of that idea that this person's perfect. Okay, what do you need to embrace more of? Knight of Swords, go after what you want, with but be decisive about it, you know, make a decision. I don't get the feeling that this is like running away as fast as you can from a situation you may be caught up in, and it might be something to do with this yeah, this person's going in the opposite direction. Okay. What else does Spirit want you to know? Okay. Death and rebirth. This has come out a lot in these readings. You know, there is going to be transformation. And, you know, we have to let go. There has to be some things coming to an end. And it looks like it's going to be something that's going to happen quite quickly. Okay. That's what I've got for you, Aquarius. Yeah, I do feel this is the end of a relationship that you thought was, you know, something really almost perfect. Okay, he's not the King of Cups, he's the Knight, and he's, you know, is pretty far up the scale, but yeah, I think it's not for you, and that's either them or you. You know, not just leaving it, actually getting out of there quite quickly, leaving that situation behind and starting over, going, you know, looking for something new. Okay, that's what I've got for you, Aquarius. Next up we have Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Just looking at my notes here. The moon's in your 7th house this month, which means it might be time for you to step aside and invest some emotional energy into either your other half or other people in general. Ooh. Me is fine at the right time, but right now it should be all about someone else. At the very least, there needs to be a balance. The full moon can also bring closure, so if you're in a friendship or relationship that's ending now, you can proceed knowing that you're finishing things up at the exact right time, celestially speaking. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to know? What do you need? What does Gemini need to let go of? I think there's 2 wanted to come out, actually. Maybe 2 things you need to let go of. What does Gemini need to embrace or welcome into their lives? And what other advice does the universe have for you? Okay, we've got 2 there as well. Lucky you, Gemini. You've got more cards than anyone else. So what do you need to release or let go of? You've got the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. 10 of Swords is putting down... this is when something's over and done with. This is about letting go of something. And because it's come up with this card of teamwork, or, you know, working as a team with people, perhaps it's time to let go of this. Might be time to leave a job. Okay. It is definitely walking away from something. And it could be a job, it could be a relationship, or an organization you're in. But I get the feeling that it might be work related. Okay, so that's what you need to let go of. What do you need to embrace more of, or what do you need to welcome into your life? King of Cups. He's got emotional stability. Okay. Yeah, just sit there and you know, just be... He's in charge of his emotions. He doesn't, you know, he's not flighty or fiery, or, you know, he's very zen, isn't he? You know, he's sitting there calm. So this is embrace calmness, okay? Yeah. Emotional balance. Okay, and what other advice has Spirit got for you? Whew. Okay, this is coming up a lot as well. This is like just, you know, you haven't been seeing things clearly. Okay, so it's about taking off the blinkers. Okay, if you've been looking at a situation or something, you perhaps haven't been seeing quite clearly. So the universe is asking you to take off the blindfold and just like open your eyes and see things, so you can see things more clearly. Okay, and then you've got the Page of Swords. Okay, I like this card. It's like, you know, it's like you're buzzing with ideas, but in this particular deck, I always think this is a warning to not be trying to do too much at any one time. You know, she's reading a book here. Okay, she's walking on a sword across a ravine. Okay, she's got all these ideas that are buzzing in her mind. She's got these birds here that are kind of for me, they always represent people, you know, people chirping in your head. You've got this here as well, you know, this distracting you from the bigger picture. Okay. And actually, this is about looking at the bigger picture, the full moon. Okay. So don't get distracted. Okay. Look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is regaining or establishing emotional stability for you, okay, even if it means walking away from something. Okay, so yeah, just watch out for distractions. Take off the blindfold and be careful that you don't get distracted from where you're going. Okay, because you could so easily slip and fall. Okay, and you know there's a lot at stake here. Okay, so that's what I've got for you, Gemini. I hope this helps. And then next up, we've got Libra. Okay, Libra, first of all, I'm going to look at the Moonology diary for you, see where the moon, which house the moon's in. And I'm using this book by Yasmin Boland, as always. So Libra, it's in your 3rd house. Okay. This full moon is reminding you there's a lot of work to be done close to home, things that need to be taken care of, and there are items on your to-do list to be ticked off. It's also a reminder that you seriously need to express yourself. If you haven't been honest about how you feel, now is the time to start to say your piece. Whether you're talking, Facebooking, emailing, tweeting, or whatever they call that now, or whatever, drama with siblings is highlighted and can be sorted out now too. Okay, so if you're fighting with your family, time to be kind, try and sort that out. I'm just turning the cards around because I've put some in the wrong way around here. I don't mean upside down, I mean the back to front. So, okay, so now I'm going to take some cards from the Lightseers deck by Chris Ann and just find out what spirit needs you to let go of or what you need to release. Okay, what do you need to embrace more of? And any other guidance or anything else that spirit needs you to know. And we've got 2 cards again. Okay, so what does Libra need to release or let go of? Okay, the Knight of Swords. You need to stop running after something or someone. Okay, or stop running away. It might be that you've got a problem or something that you know you kind of not wanting to face up to. So perhaps this is about you running away from problems and to stop, you know, actually face it head on, sort it out. Okay. What do you need to embrace? Wow, this card keeps coming out. This is yeah, seeing things clearly, and the full moon does illuminate things, especially stuff that's hidden. This might give you some guidance into you know, this situation that you perhaps haven't been seeing clearly and you're trying to run away from. Just take off that blindfold, take off the blinkers, stop and face up to it. Both of these are facing up to something that may have gone awry for you. So, and this is what you need to embrace more of, okay? So, yeah. Look at things more, look at things carefully, okay? With the precision of a swordsman, okay? Cut through the bullshit, okay? And what else does Spirit need you to know? Another Wheel of Fortune. That's come out so many times. Okay, Wheel of Fortune's turning, okay? It can turn either way. It can turn, you know, against us, or can you know, work in our favour. I think this full moon's pretty, let's have a look, just, yeah, full moon in Sagittarius is a time when we're reminded that there is an adventure and a big wide world to see beyond our backyard. It's about having fun and being prepared to sail into uncharted territory. Okay, so I think this might be, you know, the Wheel of Fortune's going to turn in your favour. And what else does Spirit need you to do? Okay, all right, take some time out on your own to figure things out. You know, if you want things to turn around, you need to look inwards, okay? Trust in your intuition and your judgment, okay? That this situation will sort itself out, okay? But you need to look at it clearly and more objectively, okay? And to do that, you need to get away from the noise and the influence of other people's opinions, okay? So, yeah, take some time out by yourself and kind of look within, okay? But you've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is always, for me, always a nice card, and it's a blessing. Okay, so that's what I've got for you, Libra. I hope this helps.